Hello and a warm welcome to our fifth podcast in the Conveyancing Connections series of PCS Pods. I'm Kate Forsdike and I'm a Director of PCS Legal, and today I'm joined by the lovely Jacqui Clarke, an estate agent at Clarke Residential, who's going to answer some of our estate agent questions. So thank you, Jacqui, for coming along today.
Thanks, Kate, for inviting me back to PCS.
No problem at all. So I've been looking forward to this one to answer our questions. So first of all, what is involved in selling a property?
Well, where do we start?
Where do you start?
Where do we start? As you know, it's a complex process which can only work with realistic expectations and an understanding of the market.
Yeah.
An agent should be able to steer you through every step and advise as you go through the marketing stage, the negotiation stage, then on to the sales progression, right the way up till exchange and the big day that you move.
Yes, okay, brilliant. Okay, so when are estate agent fees generally due? Are there any costs up front or anything, or is it always due on completion?
Well, using a traditional agency, you will not have to pay anything up front.
Yeah.
So, for example, with Clarke Residential, we pay for all the marketing, and nothing is payable until the day of completion, even if you decide not to move.
Okay.
So if someone got ill or someone lost a job, we just have to take that as part of the job.
Okay.
With an online agency, it may be cheaper, maybe a cheaper option, but the seller will often have to commit to a payment up front or deferred, which will be binding.
Okay.
Even if the sale aborts. Or the seller decides not to move. So it's a risk that you take.
Yeah, of course.
In that way.
Yeah.
There is always a price to pay.
Yeah.
So sellers should never fall into the trap of no commission advertising. Nothing is for free.
No.
As we all know.
No, you don't work for nothing, do you?
And expertise is priceless, in my humble opinion anyway, especially in the market that we're in.
Yeah.
It's got tougher. Mortgages are hard to get. It just needs someone who can steer people through the process.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which, as you know, can be very stressful.
Of course it can. Apparently moving is meant to be one of the most stressful things you can do in your lifetime. So yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one. So a bit of a controversial question. So what is your opinion on online estate agents? I know they're generally cheaper, or do you think it is better to use a local agent?
Well, I would say you've got to get on with the agent you appoint. So by all means, I think people should explore each option.
Yeah.
I'm still old school. I still like to look after my vendors, have a good relationship with them, hands-on, they've got my mobile, you can talk to people.
Yeah.
Online tend to be of a principle where you see one person and then you sort of manage on your own.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a call centre at the end. Which,
okay.
You know, it can work, I admit, but often, in my experience, it can be a bit of a nightmare if they don't know your property and they don't know you.
No, so it's probably worth paying out the extra money then for...
Well, I think so. It's a big move.
Yeah, of course.
And it's a big decision. Yeah. It's stressful. We have tears, tantrums, screaming fits. All sorts of things go on, and you need someone at the end of the phone.
Yeah, you need someone to be supportive as well, I suppose,
and it is an emotional journey as well.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
Yeah, of course it is. So if you were marketing a property, is there like a formula that you use to work out how much a property is worth without giving away your trade secrets?
Everyone always asks me that. Well, an agent will use, first of all, their experience with other properties they've sold nearby.
Yeah.
They will also use all the media tools that we have now on Rightmove, Land Registry, Zoopla. We can delve into all sorts of information now, which we didn't have 20, 30 years ago. Yeah. I'm showing my age now, Kate.
All clever stuff, yeah.
For example, some areas will be flying with high demand and other areas may well be a bit stagnant. So, I mean, I can see the difference as I cover a very large, diverse area. So all the figures you hear about on the news are averages.
Yeah.
That's why you need an agent with experience to really know your market and to know what's happening around in the media and the news.
Well, yeah.
You've got to be well versed in what's going on. not
of course
just
you have.
in a certain street.
Yeah, definitely. And is there a particular time of year that's good to sell a property? I know I kind of probably know from personal experience, people say, oh, I'll wait till spring or won't do anything at Christmas time. But in your opinion, is there a good time or a bad time?
Well, as we know, Kate, on the conveyancing side, traditionally there are peaks and troughs through the year. So holiday times are normally pretty quiet, same as school half terms and things. But generally, I would say we have a flurry in spring for people who want to move during the summer.
Yeah.
Well, if it all goes well, obviously. And autumn for people trying to move around the Christmas holidays. So, however, if a house is keenly priced, I always think that it will sell.
Yeah, no matter what time of year.
And I once sold a house at 3:00 on Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
So I never say never because you just don't know.
No, 100%.
If you need to buy something, you need to buy it. Doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's always going to be people that need to move for various reasons as well, isn't there?
That's right. That's it.
So is there anything that you would recommend to be done to make a property ready to market?
Oh, now, again, another question I get probably every day.
Sorry.
What should I do to sell my house?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty simple, really. I always say, if it's grubby, clean it.
Yeah.
If it's broken, fix it.
Yeah.
If it's missing, replace it. So anything you can see that's not right, best to get it done there and then.
Yeah.
Because it's going to bother you showing people, and it's certainly going to affect what people think of the house.
Yeah, I suppose first impressions are everything as well, aren't they? So.
Yeah, I mean, declutter, tidy the garden, cut the grass, but also replace light bulbs that have gone out.
Yeah.
Because that looks like you don't care about the house. I've gone in houses, turn the light on and there's nothing going on because all the bulbs are gone.
Yeah.
So little things like that. It's all the basics. So once the basics are done, you're ready as you'll ever be.
Yeah, of course.
It's just the little things that people notice.
Yeah, of course.
Really, and take rubbish out as well. That's not...
Make sure you empty your bin.
Yeah. Empty your recycling. That's always a good thing.
Okay, so what happens if a sale falls through or a client decides not to sell?
Ah, right. Well, as we all know, Kate, this happens more than people probably believe. That I have to save sales. And that's something that is quite invisible to a lot of people. So if a sale falls through, then the first rule is not to panic.
Yeah.
A lot of people do panic, but you've got to try and keep a lid on it. The agent will know what to do as it happens and we deal with it. So it will go back on the market and hopefully the chain will survive.
Yeah.
If the seller decides not to sell, then the chain will be disappointed. But once again, the agent will step in to advise the necessary people.
Yeah.
So it takes the pressure off, especially if it's a health reason or divorce reason or something personal.
Yeah.
So sadly, traditionally, agents don't get paid if there's no sale. But of course, you will be given an invoice regardless if you decide to sell with an online type of agent.
Yeah.
So a traditional agent, you can walk away. Online agent, you'll have to pay the basic costs that they write down in the contract. Okay. So it is important for any seller to read all the small print on the agency agreement. And please don't forget there's a cooling off period if you sign an agreement at home.
Okay.
So people can change their mind in that time frame if it's something they don't want. A lot of agents don't highlight that you do have a cooling off period.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even know that myself. So, yeah, it's interesting.
People won't make that clear because they think if you've signed something, they can go back to the office and run away with it.
Yeah.
But there is normally a 14-day calling off period.
Okay.
If it's signed in your own home.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely. So this is quite a big topic in the conveyancing world at the minute, but how important is upfront information? Because we're always telling our clients to instruct a conveyancer when they market a property so we can start the paperwork process of and to get, like, all any planning permission ready, if they've done any works to the property, if they need to get the boiler service, that sort of thing. So it's a massive thing at the minute. So
and I agree with that.
You agree with it?
I go to a property, for example, and it's been underpinned and they don't tell me.
Yeah.
Or they've got no building regs and they don't tell me.
Yeah.
So we can be halfway through the process and a surveyor will flag something up. The buyer will then flag it up with me.
Yeah.
And I'm
then
left.
It causes a problem. Yeah.
I'm left trying to reconcile people's expectations.
Yeah.
So I always say, when I market a property, is there anything that's happened with neighbours, the police, robberies, anything like that?
Yeah, even the little things. Yeah,
because
definitely.
It will help me help them.
Mm.
It's not a secret. It's all going to come out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think the clarity is key, because if you withhold information, it will out itself.
Yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. It'll come out at some point, and if you're a little way down the process, it can be more disappointing than at the beginning if you know about it. So,
and also you can steer maybe a certain survey in a direction. You can recommend that the buyer has a more detailed survey if there's been a problem with floods, or anything like that. And the transparency does help me save certain situations.
Okay, that's great. So apart from obviously marketing a property ready to sell, after an offer's been accepted, so do you liaise with the conveyancer and the rest of the chain, or is it literally, we just kind of get on with it?
Well, I would say this is probably one of the biggest parts of our job.
Yeah.
People don't understand what goes on behind the scenes. As
no,
well,
true. Yeah.
How many conversations do we have with PCS or agents ringing up all the time?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Any good agent will liaise throughout the sale with the conveyancers. So an experienced agent and conveyancer can save a sale and spot the warning signs along the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreeing a sale is just the start. So I'm sure you'll agree with me on that, Kate.
Yeah, 100%.
We can work wonders with the help of a conveyancer.
Yeah,
the
we
agent,
work together as well.
And we can think of the best way forward.
Yeah. And I think also it goes through a lot quicker if everyone's on the same page all the time.
Yeah. But people have to be transparent.
Yeah.
And that is, I know it's something for an agent to say that, but it's true. I can't help people. I can't help people unless they help themselves.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, definitely. So, and I think, as you said, it's about sort of support and working together, isn't it, as a team, really, just to get the job done. So,
yeah, that's the important thing.
Yeah. So, I know from a conveyancing point of view what happens on the day of completion, but from an estate agent point of view, what happens on your day of completion, or moving day, as we sometimes call it?
Well, moving day can be an experience in itself.
I'll bet.
Because people start ringing me normally at 8 a.m. to see if they can get keys.
Yeah.
And I said, well, they're not even up yet. The banks are not open yet, So I always advise that really they should get themselves ready in the best way forward. Normally at lunchtime, we've got an idea how it's going. So don't think you're going to get the keys necessarily at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I always say after lunch, which is quite a loose time.
Yeah.
Really. But I've got so much experience of those days, and I'm sure you have, Kate, as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Where things can go wrong. Money can get lost in a process.
Yeah.
A solicitor can go off ill for the afternoon, and communication is the key. So basically what happens is the solicitor conveyancer will ring me to say it's safe to release the keys as soon as the money's through. And I have to then coordinate making sure they've got all the sets of keys and reminding them of things to do, like read the meters, for example.
Yeah, that's quite an important.
Everyone forgets to read the meters and thinks I go round as the meter lady.
So you've got such different job roles, haven't you, really?
But I've got a few tips for people when they're moving, which, to be honest, I've seen so many times as you have. Yeah,
I think you've probably seen it all, I imagine, Jacqui.
God. Well, first of all, I'd say please check you've got the right day.
Yes.
Day and date can be muddled up sometimes.
Yes,
people think they're moving on a Friday and they've turned out they've exchanged and they're moving on a Thursday.
Right, okay, that's an interesting one.
I've had a few of those. I've had people packing up on the wrong day.
Oh, dear. So that's quite important then to check 100% check
with your
moving
diary,
date.
and don't look at last year's diary or next year's diary. Make sure you've got the day and the date correctly.
Yeah.
And the right month even.
Yeah,
would be a
I
help.
never thought of that. Yeah.
And also, if funds allow, employ a good removal firm.
Yes.
Hiring a van and getting mum and dad to help leads to so many issues.
Yes.
I've had furniture left out in the rain. Someone's crushed their finger in a hinge.
Oh dear.
The items stolen from front gardens.
Oh, wow.
Sofas to be sawn in half because they can't get out the door.
Oh.
So really, just allow some extra funds to move yourself properly. I have to sort out so many problems on the day.
Yeah.
Where they've had to leave stuff behind, or they can't get it on the van. And it's raining, and it's just a nightmare.
Yeah. Whereas a removal company, they just kind of come in and sort it all out, don't they?
And they often inspect the property before, so to see if there's any issues with taking stuff out.
Yeah.
But I would say every month there's some sort of saga I have to cope with.
Really?
Where people have underestimated or overestimated.
Yeah.
Or overslept.
Yeah.
Or it just can go on.
Yeah.
So after all the excitement, the crucial bit is often a muddle.
Yeah.
On the day.
Yeah, because we always advise our clients to be out of a property by about midday-ish. So, you know, that's always a good time, I think. And if they are using removal company, it gives them enough time to pack the house up and get everything out the way. So, if everyone kind of works together, then it can be a much smoother process.
But the biggest problems I've seen have been on the day.
Yeah.
Where people are just not prepared.
No.
And they're all over the place and they've got no petrol in the car and it just goes on.
Not organised. Organisation is the key with everything, isn't it?
So, if you need any advice about moving days, then
we'll give you a call.
Let me know. Yes.
You're the moving day guru now.
Let me know, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's really interesting, and hopefully that will give people looking to sell a property some really good insight into what happens from an estate agent point of view, because it's not just about marketing a property and putting it on Rightmove, is it really?
It's not about putting a board up.
No, there's a lot more to it than that. That's
probably 2% of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So just be kind to your estate agent. Make a friend of them, because you don't know when you're going to need them. No, that's it. And you can get good relationships made.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you, Jacqui.
Thanks, Kate.
We'll catch up soon.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.